Okay, so, whoops. We're going to review from the beginning. Um, okay, so I had this I had a video saved from the Daily Mail, which sometimes they just pull shit down. I thought I bookmarked it. I went back and it wasn't the same shit, but I guess it doesn't matter. Trump. Okay, let me kind of give it to you here. Jill Biden. I think, how do I put this? After a campaign such as this, the best thing, because it was contested, and you guys know damn well I can't say certain things on YouTube. That election back in 2020 was loaded down with rumors, innuendo. I'm just using words here because I can't say what I want to say. Of illegitimacy. I'm just saying there were rumors of, and there was so much bizarre shit swirling around that. The installation during the inauguration was very bizarre, and the people that were instrumental in sort of I can't say it on YouTube, but let's just say like Mark Milley or Mike Milley or whatever the fuck his name is, Milley, we don't know if he's gay or not because he was never married. And by the way, he, if I'm not mistaken, wanted to run against Trump in 2016. Not because it was Trump. There were articles out there, and I had circulated them on Twitter. He just thought he might do it. One of these guys, and he was just swirling it around. May have opened an exploratory committee, which needs to be done. You need to see if you're even a viable candidate. You can't, you could have 1,000 people running for president. Well, several in a country this big. Holy shit, And, there are probably about 330 plus the illegals. 375 million people here. And the unemployment rate, some people say it's 15 or 20%. I'm thinking more like 25 or 30. And what do you consider to be full employment? Working at Taco Bell for 20 hours a week. Yeah, that's not a good job, guys. I'm so glad I grew up when I did. I get ripped on by these damn Gen Zers on Twitter, and I just don't even care. Actually, I'm sitting back and I read some of these comments and I just laugh. I think you've got to be kidding. And then they'll insult me. And I sit by myself and I laugh, not like, I just am like, you've got to be kidding. What punks, because they just, they're once Obama, don't forget this happened in Obamacare, or when he came to office to literally encourage unemployment and he eliminated welfare reform. We had something called W-2 in Wisconsin, welfare to work. And don't forget, Joe Biden was vice president this entire time. And Obama eliminated all welfare to work programs in the United States. He did an EO. You don't believe me? He did. Type it in. Rush Limbaugh did a piece in the Limbaugh letter, and he said, he did it, and nobody said anything, and it was totally quiet. Yeah, the press was blacked out. But he also extended the age from 18 years of age, which is an adult, where you are considered under the law to, be on your own and do your own thing, right? Now, the drinking age laws, people get pissed at me when I talk about this. But if the drinking age laws were lowered back to 18 and more stringent, or the culture was changed from just, hey, I'm an adult now, instead of versus, you know, wild girls on film. That was, boy, that was nothing I ever saw back when I was 18 years old. I mean, I felt, as I told my mom, especially, with my smoking back then, I would like order one beer and I'd ask for a glass of water, and then I'd have my cigs there, and that would be my pose. And it was just, wanted to, quite frankly, have mature conversation, network a little bit. Yeah, I know you guys are, that's what you did at 18. Yeah, that is what I did at 18. You'd also want to gossip with your friends and talk about your job, because we were always looking for something better, or looking to or thinking about going to school or furthering their career, and, which I did do. And things got a little more wild as time went on, in the 80s, but it was a more mature group, and the intellectual level right now is very low. And so anyway, we're looking at Trump, and so this is what I'm saying. I don't understand these Zoomers, the Gen Zers. The maturity level is so low, and they're like bitching about Trump and his cabinet and stuff like that. Maturity level is way too low. So here you have Trump in the Cathedral of Notre Dame, and he's been de facto president. You have this shit going on, in 2020, and if he could, we should have longer. I mean, if they're after, gosh, there's so many things I want to say. Okay, for starters, in such a decisive election, out of dignity and class, Jill Biden and Joe dragging around this daughter, Ashley, suddenly she pops out. The drug addict, the sex addict, the victim of both Joe and Jill. I will make the assumption that Jill was at home when Joe was molesting his daughter. I mean, unless she was a stepping out. Joe is very ugly, and I wouldn't blame her if she did. He's just ugly with his plugs and his plastic surgery and all his bullshit. And he's not very tall, and he's just nothing. And she's traveling the world now, and so is he. There is absolutely, they should, after the election is over, then that time should be for them to gather their things and get the fuck out of the White House. I'm even questioning if Trump should have been there, even meeting with him. Melania said, fuck you, to Jill. But it's being reported that Melania and Donald went together and Melania had tea. I read that somewhere. I'm like, that didn't happen. I read that on Daily Mail. I thought, Melania didn't go to the White House. Trump did. But I think it was more of a power move. Okay. Let's go. It says Trump greets lineup of America's lackeys. And okay, I can understand that if you're in Russia and you're pissed off at America, but give it a chance before you start getting pissed off. I hope the audio's okay. And someone said that they're photoshopping Trump's complexion. The guy lives in Florida. He probably has like 10 tanning beds in his house. Probably at least 3. It's a huge property, not to mention at his come on, people. And then they touched up his makeup, and that's how it turned out. Oh, I'm sorry if that wasn't good enough for you. I don't care if his skin looked green. I still would have voted for him. This is the president of Congo or something like that. Here's this little faggot fucker. Bye. Oh, did you see? I mean, he is like almost sucked his, you know what. I'm glad he kept it short with this guy because, I mean, give me a break. Yet, Joe Biden is nowhere. I'm not sure who they are, but I can find out. He's literally working the freaking cathedral, and you have everyone with their phones taking videos of this and pictures of this. Meanwhile, Biden's taking a nap down in D.C. or Delaware, wherever he's spending the weekend. I doubt that he knows where he is right now. Well, look at this one blowing her nose and shit. Ugh, I wouldn't want to be around that. Someone gave me something, I think. Either that or I'm developing another infection, which would have me hospitalized within the next few days. So just pray to God that doesn't happen. Oh, she's just like, yes, I get to meet Donald Trump. I'm not sure who that is, but he seems like a dick, but he's probably just afraid of paying more money. The U.S. just fucking subsidizes the whole damn world. It's going to stop, right? It's going to stop, guys, really. See, this dude was kind of stiff, but Trump loosened it up, didn't he? Yes, he did, because he is the man. And plus, as I said in my previous video, he hangs out with trend-setting people. His son, who is very low-key on the media, his son is very much followed, and from what I understand, conducts the conversations at Mar-a-Lago and asks his dad to invite certain people over. I guess Patrick McDavid was there, and he's tight with this group. JD, who I still don't trust worth a shit. I'm going to kind of give him a pass for now. If I'm going to see what he does. I don't like a lot of what he says. I don't like the people that finance him, but I have a friend that was an Obama voter, was a Biden voter, claims she just, she's all over she just votes for whoever she feels like voting for. And she's in Michigan, and she voted Trump. And she voted Biden. She told me she voted Biden in 2020, but within months, she was like, "Oh my god, no." I had a Let's Go Brandon shirt on. She's like, "Oh, I just love your sweatshirt." I'm like, "Really? Thank you. I thought you were a Biden person." "Oh, no. No way." She switched. She told, and we had a discussion. We discuss, and she wants me to teach her, this stuff, and she's not quite there yet, but we'll get her there, I hope. But on the other hand, I don't want to convince someone to believe in a certain thing. But she asks me a lot of questions, and um, okay, let's keep watching. We'll go over it one more time too. But Trump is he's an engaging person. This woman's just enamored with him. Don't forget, Trump was the most popular dude in the US besides Reagan in the 80s. And that was really cool because everybody in the country, I mean, you had your groups of people like the Barack Hussein Obamas at Columbia College that, just were always commies. They were always very communistic, and I have friends like that too, and you just roll their eyes at them. Like, you say something that is just like, I'm like, are you aware of this? Yeah, I'm aware of it, and I love it. Are you aware the government wants to control every single aspect of your life? Yeah, I'm fine with that. I'm totally cool with it. I'd love to have a government job in an office somewhere where I work 1 hour a day, go to lunch, and sit in an office. Just like that would be my dream, to live in. I I am not kidding. I've had many conversations with men, and they love my politics. They're atheists, yet they love the fact that I'm Catholic for some odd reason. They freak out at first when they see pictures of Jesus and crucifixes in my apartments and my homes, but they at the end of the day they just love it. They're like, "Oh my god," even though they're Catholic. You meet all, when you live in the city, you meet a lot of different people. So let's start it over. So it's okay. So where is? Let's just keep going. I'm not sure who that is, but he seems dickish. Magnificant. Ugh, this is a Catholic right here. Ugh, I need to pray right now. I have my picture of St. Anthony, my picture of Our Lady of Fatima. I've got everything out. I've got. I'm one of these people that had, during COVID, I couldn't collect my holy water. I've got holy water, I've got oil, I've got pictures, I've got prayers, I've got rosaries. Yeah, I know. Yeah, and I swear. Yeah, well, I'm a sinner too. Oh, I love this. Look at William. I can say I am digging Will's with the beard. You know I hate beards. Will's looks so good with the beard. His brother looks like a fucking doofus. Pardon me, God. Ne Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. He looks like okay. Well, I mean, I'm swearing, and I'll just say a prayer to, yeah, I mean, I know you guys probably think I'm weird, but, I'm Catholic. And, Catholics are weird, right? Well, I mean, people think we are. Oh, yeah, I'm Jesuit. No. I mean, my faith was like going to church, and God, that was like the number one thing in my life when I was, well, crepes, until my mom made me work extremely difficult hours. I mean, my parents really had me working like a dog at such a young age. I was so worn out, but they'd always call my boss, before I turned, before I turned 18. And they'd say, well, Colleen either needs Saturday night, because, I was in high school, either needs to have Saturday night off or Sunday morning or Sunday off, something like that. Sunday mornings off because she needs to go to church. So you can't have her working at both times. When I was 16, she would call my mom. My dad would have my mom call when I was in high school. The people that scheduled me, and they'd say, I remember this woman, she was from Germany. She came up to me, well, I understand you need to go to church. So I know that you can't work Saturday night, but I can have you come in Sunday morning. Yeah, I mean, and my dad made me go. And if I kind of like pretended I was sick or something, my dad would not speak to me for the entire week. Go to church. That's it. And he just would ignore me all week. You need to go to church. Or when I did turn 18, and on a Saturday night when I would go out and I'd get home late because I'd go to work and go out, he'd pound on my door at like 7 a.m. Boom, boom, boom. Get your ass out of bed and get to church. So for all you Gen Zers and millennials out there and Gen Xers, oh my God, it's so yeah, because I'm like between Gen Z, Gen X. Well, I don't consider myself to be a boomer, but I'm not Gen X. I'm like the last year, I don't have anything in common with someone born in 1946. Then again, maybe I do. You get my drift? I mean, that's 20 years of such rapid and massive change in this country. Okay. William and Trump. As I said in my previous video, there is going to be a relationship there because of Musk. The kid, Barron, Trump Jr., not so much because I think he's kind of squirrely myself. And the whole Earthshot thing. Oh, a lot. And you know what? If that's something that our countries would have in common, I think that's okay. Because guess what? If you've got someone like Musk assisting and possibly finding money that is being wasted on things like looking at shrimp on a treadmill, not making it up. Okay? I guess they had something like that, or giving cocaine. Okay, so taking some of that money and putting it toward looking at futuristic projects. You guys, I can see that as positive. I can see that as something that would bridge the United Kingdom and the U.S. I think that someone like a Vance and Prince William, yeah, they're in line because aren't they the same age? These people, like William, he's into people that age. He's had to, hang around with older people a lot besides his friends. And this could be a very refreshing change for the relationship between the U.S. and Great Britain, because I have been peeved at Great Britain for the last few years because I don't believe they stood behind our country as I would have expected during the 2020 debacles that were happening here. And P.S., by the way, guys, if you knew, people say, well, why don't you move? Why don't you move to the country? Yeah, I go up to the country, I get run over by a car and get crippled for life. Although I don't want to think that. It's been right under 600 days. And I said to someone recently, I said, if it takes 600 more days 585 more days, I said, if it takes 500 more days for me to get better, then so be it. And you guys might think, oh, that sounds ridiculous. Does it? Does it sound ridiculous? Because if I had such a massive injury and I specifically decided to made that conscious decision, it's Jesus, Mary, Joseph, God, and me, right? I taking care of myself with many prayers. That's all I need because I feel confident, because I was in excellent shape when this happened to me. I was working out. So, that's cool. All right. So getting back to Prince William and all that. But what I'm trying to say is the US, the major cities are in dire trouble. And the justice system is totally fucked up. And I feel as though I'm a victim of lawfare right now. Okay. And they met privately. And William, don't let the assholes in the UK that hate Trump just because he's Trump and they think he's Hitler. Oh, by the way, isn't it weird that Hitler goes to the Cathedral of the Notre Dame and he's shaking hands and giving hugs and giving fist bumps and doing all kinds of shit with, leftists? Wow, that's wild, huh? Because these people are mainly liberal. They're not like conservative ink. Prince William, I thought he was quite left. But he ditched Jill Biden because of the storm and he was held up with weather issues. And instead of meeting with that wretch and her daughter, who I feel sorry for, but nonetheless, she's still a criminal. Where did she get her money from? When did she have time to build a career when all she's done is she's had just major addictive problems. She doesn't have a career. That's just a paid opening. She's not. I actually feel sorry for her, but I don't know if she's a bitch or not, but if you read the diary or read articles back then, or even just through the years, she's addicted to sex, even though she's married. She has casual relationships with men all over the place because she feels it's because of what her father did to her, the showers, the diddling, how she had to hide in the corner. And mommy wasn't there, was she? Well, that's because she's such an important doctor. You guys, Jill Biden, the wife there, I know with my accent, Jill and Joe might sound alike. But Jill, her thesis was loaded down with typographical errors and was plagiarized. And at the time, Tucker Carlson did a analysis of it, and I guess it's a joke. And asked my boss, who's a very good friend of mine, but I'm having a moment right now, and I'm not speaking. Well, I just had to take a couple days off from speaking to people because I'm meditating quite a bit on some things. But he said that he wrote in one night a doctoral thesis for his roommate to get his doctorate in education. He said that it's such a joke that he would never stand before a crowd of people and say that was what he had I can't think of the word I want to use. Like that was, one of his not references. That was part of his, CV. That was part of his resume. That was a credential. He'd be like, no. He'd say, he said it was a joke, and he started cracking up. He said, I wrote the paper in one night. I'm sort of miffed because I've asked a few people right now for some help on some things, and they don't seem to understand the seriousness of my court hearing this Wednesday, because they don't understand the seriousness of my injuries, and I don't think, unfortunately, they know me as a person. They're and they think, um, you know, they just don't know me as a person, which is bumming me out, but I'll get past it. All right, let's keep going. So the shit with William, I find interesting. Let's bring it back. Why is this not letting? Okay, let's go like this and bring it back, huh? So William is like excited to meet him. He's like, this is cool because of the cachet that, like, his administration right now is very forward thinking with younger people. A lot of Gen Xers, millennials, dark MAGA, goth MAGA. And this is exciting, you know. These people are standing up like he's already the president. He's like, yeah. They met. I'm telling you, black people love Trump. I mean, black people love Trump. I'm saying the black community, we need, openly saying at a Napa auto store, we need Trump. And look at everyone's still looking at him. And this guy, he's on his phone saying, look, I got a picture of Trump. I got a picture of Trump. You guys, this guy's a fucking icon, okay? Does that look like Wheezy from the Jeffersons? I mean, these people, they're just like, wow, this is fucking great. We get to meet Trump. He's working the fucking front row here. Hang on a minute. I would be, I don't think I'd have enough composure to ever meet him. I mean, I would spend like 4 hours getting ready. Honestly, I would have to get, I don't know. I just would, like, every single hair would have to be in place. Every single eyelash would have to be in place. Every single millimeter of my lips would have to be I mean, I just would freak out. I'd love to get in touch with him. Maybe he could help me with my surgery that I'm actually going to NYC soon. I'll probably go in the midst of a blizzard or something. Oh, by the way, he's still awake. They're still all looking at him instead of praying or whatever. Okay. Oh, is that the end? That is the end. All right, so people love the guy. Now William and his earth shot and his green crap. I mean, I'm not that into it. Most of us don't know that much about it. Let's lay the cards on the table. And like I said, I keep yapping on the same thing. So that is something I wanted to see. Now let's go back. And let's go to the web. We are so back. Trump looks like a boss. Let's look at this. Because I have to go to Twitter now with this. And Jill Biden was an afterthought. Schiff resigned? Oh my God, no way. Oh, you guys. President Trump on Saturday arrived to France to attend the reopening of Notre Dame after the cathedral was damaged by a fire in 2019, which apparently Michelle Obama was there and laughed. She hates Catholics. I mean, if you read going back, and she's a saint now. I know she has the halo around her man piece in her head. And her braids. Does that look silly for a 60-year-old woman or what? She'll be like, she'll look like Whoopi Goldberg in 10 years, where Whoopi Goldberg has a mohawk and then like dreads. Is she the most horrible looking individual or what? In my opinion. Trump probably announced he would be attending the reopening of Notre Dame. It's an honor to announce that I will be traveling to Paris, France. Well, Trump is standing with Jill Biden. Where? She got threading in her cheeks. You see it? But it turned out bad. That's not normal. It's, she got the Demi Moore before Demi Moore reversed it. Brigitte, why is she standing like that? She's like, I do that when I'm super, super cold and I'm alone and I'm like cleaning all the ice and snow off my truck like I was yesterday. And what a waste of time that was because it warmed up to be 40 today. I mean, I even had people helping me because they saw me and they're like, you need help? I'm like, yeah, sure. I took WD-40. I had, chisels. I'm like, fuck. She had something weird done to her cheekbones. And Laxobotox, because she's, like 43. Jill looks like SHIT. You know what? Trump could care less about Jill Biden. Because you know why? Brigitte Macron is like standing very close to Trump. But Jill, and Blazer doesn't care. She's probably taking a Valium or some antidepressants or something, or some lorazepam or a Xanax just to, function there. I honestly can say I do feel sorry for her, but if she broke the law, which she did, I don't feel sorry for her, but I find it to be sick that the daughter of the president felt the need to live in a halfway house during the time her dad was president, or vice president for sure, and/or president. She found the need to live in a halfway house. She was molested by her father. Yet she has the balls to come out of the shadows suddenly and start traveling the world on the last minute. So, I think that there should be laws and things like this and regulations about, if a president is outgoing, stop travel and stuff. Because this dude, everyone says he's going to start, like Putin's going to nuke America. It's not going to happen, kids. I swear there are groups of people out there that are mainly boomers that would love nothing more. because of what we went through during, the 60s and the whole, air raid drill thing. And, it's sickening. It's just okay. But anyway, Jill is clearly pissed off, and she does not look very good, does she? Her hair isn't as poofed, and she's been tucking it back, and she doesn't look good anymore. Think of it. 37 fake felonies, raid on Mar-a-Lago, armed by FBI, 90% negative coverage, fake impeachment. Yeah, it keeps going. Well, in nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti, amen. Yeah, you bet. Because, Jill is probably trying to kill him. I'm sorry. All right. Well, let's go back to Gateway Pundit. Oops, it's gone. Live updates. Trump is in Paris. Oh, yeah. And he's Hitler. Trump joins world leaders. Yeah. Trump gets the red carpet treatment. Oh, yeah. I feel sorry for Blazer. No, I don't think so. Oh, vanity. I can't get this article because I have ad blocker, among other things. Well, it's a Trump article, so how dare I, right? Epic. His entrance is epic. Europe welcomes Trump. Here we go. Same thing. Yeah. Is this woman wearing a fucking mask? I swear to God, if we give one more fucking penny to that doofus, I'm off the Trump train. This needs to be settled, okay? I know about the standing Ona. I swear to God, it is only a matter of time before this guy is exposed. Oh, this Poland's president is very liberal. Duda is one of the EU heads of state that is seriously thrilled to see Trump return. However, after Duda stands, things get funny because all the other dignitaries then feel obligated to stand and greet Trump. Oh, I see. And they did. Ooh. Now, what happened when Jill enters? Let's do this. Ugh. Well, she did look uncomfortable, didn't she? They were awkwardly seated. I think it's great, man. Trump's very uncomfortable seating position. She is pissed off. Ashley's on something and just had her plastic surgery and her face can't move. Jill looks like absolute shit. Okay, we already saw that, didn't we? Yeah, that's pretty boring. French First Lady helps keep Trump and the Bidens apart. I'm looking for pictures here. Video. Newsmax sucks, man. Really, doesn't it? I mean, just really does. And, that dude gave to Hillary in 2016. Maybe not. Now you do. She left for a jaunt, late to undertake a series of glittering dinners. It didn't look like her reception was important, did it? Mm, okay. Women's wear daily. I don't know. Not very interested in that. Let's see. Yeah, we saw that already 100 times. I mean, was Ashley baptized or yeah, we saw this already. Does she look good right now? Does her wig look good? Maybe Jill should get a wig. Jill referred to Trump as evil in July while campaigning for her husband just a week before he suspended his re-election bid. Does Donald Trump know anything about military families? No. He disparages those. That was a lie. My dad went nuts about that. Oh, let's see this. I don't think this is Yeah. And where was the first lady? Oh, I don't know. I've always wanted to go there, and that was always a big plan for me, but after all the immigration stuff over there in the EU, I just kind of put those plans on hold. Maybe I can pick them up again. All right. Does this seem like Hitler? Oh, it's right. All right, well, let's see if we can find Miss Jill. We can't find it. Let's see. Oops, fuck a duck, huh? Okay. Oh no. You guys, I am so screwed up here. Okay. Wow. Okay. Did you ever have a cut on your finger and it just screws everything up? Okay. I wouldn't even be that close to her. She could easily put cyanide in him and fucking kill him. Fucking bitch. He's taking her perks away for good, unless she marries someone else. This is the picture I want. Ashley's looking at the cathedral because I think she's high. Just let her be. That's fine. I saw her chatting with Trump earlier. Jill is peeved. She thought the world hated Trump, didn't she? And now, and you can tell she's like fixing her wig. which is really sad. But Brigitte likes Trump. She doesn't have to worry about someone shitting their pants in front of her and or passing gas, And Jill is just like, you can tell she's been fiddling with her book a lot because the pages are open, but she is pissed off. She expected to be seated next to Brigitte and President Macron, or yeah, okay. Instead, and she, went to all this trouble to drag her daughter with her and to get her daughter Botoxed and fixed up. And she is pissed off. I will tell you that right now because she is being ignored. And I'll tell you why, Jill Biden, because your husband is so scummy and so hideous. These people all know what you call him, your son, your stepson, did in Ukraine, did with the crack pipes, the sex workers, the whole nine. He is an evil piece of garbage, and so is your husband. And he was just pardoned for 11 years. And plus, you don't look very attractive. Therefore, when you look like a skank and show up like a skank, you'll be treated like a skank. Blazer over here, halfway house Ashley, looks better. But when your life is the joke and the crime of the fucking century, which it is, of the 21st century so far, you will be snubbed. You will be snubbed by world leaders. And she was. And people say, well, she had to just, they did not have to seat them like this. I think that Jill assumed that Trump would be behind and that there would be no buzz involved with him. No buzz at all. But there was. And that opening of that cathedral was about Jesus, God, and that beautiful cathedral. Because if you've ever been in one like that, they are fantastic and inspiring. And you can tell poor little Ashley is extremely inspired. Because the way she is looking around, when they finish these restorations, especially after smoke and dirt and just what accumulates over years, I've been to one, a basilica that I used to attend mass at, like pretty much every week, but I had moved around a bit and it was just getting to be like a 70-mile trip from where I was living at the time. And they did a restoration. They did a cleaning, and that the stone, the marble, everything just like shimmers. It's like it's shining. And then you have, God right in front of you, whether you want to believe or not. We believe that the host that is the Holy Spirit, the Trinity. It's Jesus right there in the flesh, in the form of, the host. And if you're not Catholic, you're not going to really quite understand this if you're not traditional Catholic. I don't mean sort of the New Age Catholic shit. And she's not even Catholic. She was there for the attention. She thought maybe she'd get one last visit in and be the important first lady. And she was snubbed. She was snubbed. And Trump was the star. He was the star. And she's pissed. And you know what? Too bad, so sad. And with that, guys, I think it's time to end. Right? It's 3:12. Okay.